last question, and then we're going to let you guys get out of here.
Okay.
We're talking about branding and marketing. I know that stopping is not a good thing. I mean, I could tell you of a million different businesses that I've loved the product or the service and haven't used it in a while. And then I went back and they weren't there, right? Jay-Z termed, what did he say? Grand opening, grand closing. God damn, your manhole cracked the can open again, right? What is not people stopping too early, right? They're stopping too early and they're not giving their brand or even a marketing campaign or a marketing strategy time to develop. What do you guys feel about stopping when it comes to branding?
That's a big one, because sometimes you have to stop, and sometimes you have to stop and regroup. It's just like a street light. If you think about it, you got the red, the yellow, and the green. Right? The green is you going, and then the yellow is you slowing down, and the red is you have to stop. And sometimes you have to stop and reflect and think, okay, so am I doing something that's going to help me actually get myself out there more for people to know who I am? And then once you get that, once you're at that red light and you stop and you reflect and go back to where you started from and build it back up, that's when the green light hits again, and then you go, right? So I usually say if you shouldn't stop before if you give up, that means you didn't give yourself a chance first. But sometimes it's okay to stop and get yourself in a place where it is you sit, reflect, you slow down, you reflect on where you are, you revise, and then you go again. It's okay to stop, but sometimes some people do quit too early, and you know I can't tell a person when to keep going or when to stop. Like I can tell. All I'm doing is giving you my advice, giving you my opinion, and it's up to you to take it. But I look at it as a stoplight kind of deal. So you got the red, the yellow, and the green. You're going. Sometimes you need to slow down and reflect, and sometimes you need to stop and start over and then go again. So that's how I look at it.
I love that, and it's simple enough to explain to a fifth grader. That was really dope. All right, what you got, Dre? This is the last question I got for you guys. Like, how do you feel about people stopping when it comes to branding and marketing? What's the bad effects of it?
This is what I tell. This is where I start with anybody that has an idea about anything. You'll make money at the thing that you're willing to do for free. And the reason that I say that is because we kind of live in an instant gratification era. Like, everyone's playing Powerball and everyone's doing the pyramid scheming, selling the you should be here trips and all of those things, right? Because ultimately it's about looking great on Instagram and having money and having money while having the illusion of being your own boss. Right? And so like that's the thing. But the thing that you're willing to do for free is your passion. And the thing that you identify as your passion is the thing that you'll never stop. And I'll add to what Hillman is saying. You're not stopping when you go back, when you take an opportunity to regroup. You're pausing because you see where you've gone wrong. You're doing something wrong. I have to identify the problem and then put together an adequate solution. So that's not a stop. That's just a regroup. It's a timeout. Like, hey, they're driving the ball on us. We need to get some rested players in this game, and so we can get a stop. That's all that is. It's not we didn't quit the game. We just called the timeout. And so. With
I like that one too.
I like that we don't hit stop, we hit pause, but that one right there, the timeout, that was
so with that element, right? This is how I advise anyone who wants to get into this entrepreneurial space. So you can prevent, because I didn't have me and my brother, when we started this thing, before we brought on our other two partners who are incredible, we didn't have anyone to advise us the pitfalls and all of these things, right? Our branding company came out of a concept of us wanting to develop a t-shirt for our alma mater because our bookstore was terrible. And from that, we've gotten to here. And so we had a lot of terrible mistakes along the way. And so many different, to allow us to progress to the thing that ultimately we love and we are excellent at, we had to regroup several times in the process of that. So now I have some tools that I can give to you to, hey, you're not going to not fail, but I can limit your failures, right? So these are some of the things that I tell people. One, let's work out of the trunk at first, because you want to test the product to see if it works. It's a proof of concept. So give as much away as you can afford to give away for free, and then sell everything else for cheap, because you should absolutely still have a job at this point that's supporting your lifestyle. When you first get into the space that you're trying to get into, you should not pack up and quit everything and say, I'm going to be a millionaire, because it takes 5 years to be an overnight success, right? And so once you've proven the model, and we do some work with some skincare stuff. And so, like, you test the product, you give it to a bunch of ladies, different ethnicities, all of these different things, and they all test it and give you a review, and then you go back and improve upon the product. Then you do that again, and then you do that again until the product is market tested and approved. And now you go to market, like an out of the trunk strategy. You go with the ludicrous strategy. I'm going to take X amount of dollars from the job that I have that I'm working, and then I'm going to put it into my ultimate business, the thing that I ultimately want to keep me successful. And so then you get to a point where you feel like you can leave this job behind, and you might be able to move into this thing full time. I tell you to proceed in that with caution. Have at least 90 days worth of survival money in tow. Bills, food, gas. If it costs you $3,000 a month to live, before you leave your job, have $9,000, because there are going to be pitfalls in that process, right? So now that you have your safety net, and you have the available time, and you've already proven the model, you've already done proof of concept work, whether that takes 1 month or 10 years, that's fine. Now you can go from red light, yellow light to green light, because you're all systems are go.
It's your boy Billionaire Brown with Rich Before 30.
Okay, this Hilly IV with Inner Greatness Motivations.
You got DeAndre Thompson with Ignite Creative Group.
All right, fantastic. Before we get out of here, give y'all's, where's the best place that we can connect with you guys, whether it's your website or anywhere on social media? Let us get your handles real quick.
You can hit me on social media at Hilly IV, that's HILLEIV, or at Energy Motivation, that's INNERG Motivations.
The best place to reach me is Instagram, Twitter, at DeAndre, DeAndre J. Thompson.
All right, that's what's up. YouTube.com/Billionaire Brown Online. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us. Prayerfully, we'll get you guys back again. Peace.
Have a good one, man.